Our last stop of our Sound of Music tour is St. Michael Basilica in Muncie. The whole tour takes about 4 hours. If you choose to take the Sound of Music tour in Salzburg, there are 2 schedules daily at 9:15 in the morning, and the last one will be at 2 p.m. I recommend the 9:15 because you still have enough time to roam around after the tour in Salzburg. You can pre-book online or pay at the kiosk where the bus is on standby. We paid 60 euros each for the whole trip, and I will suggest to pre-book your ticket to prevent any queues or disappointment if you just show up and there is no more space for you at the last minute. St. Michael Basilica is located in the small town of Muncie and reached its international fame because of the wedding scene in the movie Sound of Music with Julie Andrews and Christopher Plummer.
748 AD on Roman ruins, but it wasn't built into a cathedral until the 11th century, into the cathedral that we see before us. Now the reason that we're here, as I'm sure we all know, the real Maria and the real Captain von Trapp got married at Nonnberg Abbey. Of course we knew that. But for film purposes, this was the place that was chosen for the interior for the wedding scene. And that's why we're here today. Now, it obviously adds a lot of production value. It is incredibly beautiful, very high ceilings, and of course a lot of natural light, which when you're filming anything is really, really useful and important. But the problem was, the lights that they had chosen were actually being interfered with by the natural light, especially when you consider some of that natural light was coming through stained glass windows. So they wrestled with all the light that was coming through, and it took them a full 48 hours to get set up properly and create the scene that we saw on the film itself. And of course they also had to fiddle around with the edits and the camera angles, because of course the journey up the altar for Maria is an awful lot longer on film than it is in real life as well. Now we're able to go in there. We have been here during funerals and weddings, so there's no problem with being here. You can take photos just as long as we have that little bit of quiet respect that any cathedral does have. I keep saying cathedral, it is actually a basilica because it's been upgraded by the Vatican, and that means there is cultural and artistic and architectural importance to the Pope. That was a lot harder to say than I thought it would be. Now, if we are looking for cash, there is an ATM in this Sparkasse branch, so just across the
Ahan. If you have watched The Sound of Music, you probably remember the wedding scene in a large late Gothic church. I can say that the Basilica is a must-see in Muncie, even if you will not have the tour. The interior of the church is exactly the same as it was when the movie was filmed and looks amazing. the church.
Basilica.
So why we are here? Is that part of the Sound of
Sound of
Music?
Music, yeah, that was the inside from when they got married.
Is it that? But they got married in what church is that?
The
That
real ones
the
did.
real
In the
one.
film, they got
Yeah.
married in that church.
the real
The real one got married at the Abbey. The
Here?
One with, no, the one with the red dome that we
I
passed to
see.
it. This is just the one they used for filming for
or
the Sound of Music.
okay.
Right, come on, otherwise you're not going to get anything to eat.
So we're going to find food
Take
now.
You haven't got time to